no. But you'd have to have something to get off into. Wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wheelchair.
Well, it'd be a platform.
Well, that's not what I was talking about.
No,
I was
just
talking about a
thinking,
chair, but.
I was just thinking.
Oh, you're talking about outside. No, but outside has a ramp.
Right. Talk about inside, and so is the second floor, so we can count things on the second floor. I was thinking you can get a custom spot, put that right at the bottom. Take you up to the top of the landing, you can wheelchair to the next one, do it again. And have two separate, or as Jim said, one.
No, I was thinking chair, talking about a platform that takes up.
But it's like a 6 or 7 foot long. I'm just thinking.
Right, folks, there's 6:32. Go ahead and call our study session to order. If we can stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Williams, Reed, Stewart,
Here.
Frost,
Here.
Davis, French,
Here.
and Mayor Snyder.
So our study session and discuss the items that are gonna need an action for tonight. So it looks like it's gonna be Jason Crenshaw, so.
Basically, I want to just come up here and just state where the city manager, you don't have to keep getting up and down, you might as well just stay right there and talk.
But
on them answers.
you could probably utilize the microphone. So our first item is to approve either option 1 or 2 for our dam removal project. In the package, we were given information from our engineering team. So tonight, we're gonna need to decide which route we want to take. So Jason, might as well just come on up. This is something that you were able to talk to us about, or you're just supposed to?
I could just give you kind of a brief summary. I mean, it's the one option is gonna be taking out the mill race along Linden Avenue, which will be a lot cheaper in the long run for us. As far as like the from a public works perspective and infrastructure, taking out the Linden Ave mill race would be a lot easier because Linden Avenue needs so much work. If we leave that body of water there, it's going to cost us a lot of money that just do not have. And so there's two options. The other option is to leave the mill race in and kind of redirect the river in a different route. Either way, there's gonna be some cost to it. We're gonna be getting rid of the large pavilion in Victory Park because of the spillway that is gonna run through it, so. Probably about the best that I can offer you.
I'm just trying to figure out how, so option 1. We're taking out the mill race, correct, on Linden Ave.
Right.
No, that's
No.
the
Other way around.
It's two.
Option 1, you're basically doing nothing except cleaning up and you're doing a little digging. Mill race stays in place
Okay.
and
Best summary is that matrix. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, as far as what's actually.
page 15. So the question that you want to pay now is,
And I would say my observation on this is that, we say we're saving a lot of money, but the truth is, it's really not that different long term. There's some things I don't understand, but I guess it's not necessarily.
Some of it is not.
Yeah, so. If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were under option 2, so I'm on the matrix page, you guys. But under option 2, in the quadrant to the upper right, it's the project components for option 2. I'm trying to understand why in option one. How do I say this succinctly? In option two, it says replace, the third bullet says replace southern Hannah Street Bridge, replace it. And remove Northern.
Does it have to be part? It's gotta be white,
Why?
because you're putting all along, the race and the river. Now, what the river.
Obviously longer, we just said wider. Wider makes more sense.
Yeah, I have to
Say, the distance across the river is gonna be bigger.
Instead of 25 feet, it's gonna be 35. Or something like that.
So then that river, okay, I'm looking at Linden Avenue. From Erie. There's part of the river on the right that goes behind houses.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the river.
that's the river.
Right.
And then we have the mill race, which is on the other side of the road.
That's correct. Up against them.
Yes, and then, yeah, so when we're talking about replacing the road, there's, how do we, if we decide to remove the mill race, how do we fill in that space that currently has the mill race?
How do we fill it in?
Yeah, I
With
mean,
dirt.
Yeah, that's what it really is.
Yeah, you're rebuilding the road, you're adding a lane of traffic where the mill race is,
Well,
and you're adding a walking path.
well, are we talking about down at the end by Hannah, or are we talking about Linden? I think we're talking about Linden.
Yes, we are talking about.
They're talking about Lincoln.
I just want to make
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not talking about whatever the name of that road is that runs next to it. Next to the mill race by Hannah. We're not talking about
That's
changing
correct.
that road. What is it?
That's correct.
Wilson.
That's
So we're not talking about
Yeah.
changing Wilson, right? We are talking essentially about making Hannah run into Wilson.
Anna already runs into Wilson.
Making it wider.
So, go ahead, you have an answer. Now, as I understood it, the idea is the mill race becomes Linden Avenue until you get to about Allen Place. And then you could connect it to Allen Place, if that's what Allen Place residents want. I think they do, well, many do, some may not. But the idea would be is that now you would have a big U there. And then what happens to the east of Allen Place, that mill race gets filled in. Wilson doesn't need to be wide.
So we're not connecting Hannah to Wilson.
Hannah already connects to Wilson. We're not
Help me out
connecting,
here.
we're not connecting Linden to Hannah.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry. I misstated, I know what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Linden. So
Right.
Linden, can I finish just for a second? So Linden comes through right now, and we're talking about connecting it to Allen Place, but not going the other block to,
3 blocks, and no, I don't think that's in the cards. But I think that that's open to whether the fire chief wants to have access by way of Linden or not. I would say no. I would say that just gets filled in.
so I said 1 block and you said 3 blocks.
Yeah,
So when I
because,
get to Allen Place, is it not 1 more block to the next road over?
yes, but it's 3 blocks to Hannah. It goes Elizabeth, Darrow, Brockway, Hannah.
Well, but you don't need a whole road there, you just.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying. So that's all, those 4 blocks are gonna be filled in.
No, just to make sure we're saying.
Right.
And I may be confused because I was just a minute ago on the street. But I'm saying if Hannah comes around, connects to Allen. So we have the U there, why would we not connect it another block where the river is, where the mill race is? And connect that over to,
So
Lincoln.
no. I said Hannah again.
It's Monday.
Let me try one more time, I'm sorry.
that's fine.
Linden is what I'm talking.
Right.
So I'm talking about Linden coming around and, we're talking about Linden connecting to Allen.
Yes.
Right? And whether or not that's a good idea. And to do that, we're gonna have to cross what used to be the mill race. Or we're gonna have to probably use what used
That's
to be, because we can't, take away the property. So we would be using
The mill.
the mill race property to connect Linden to Allen.
Yeah.
And my question is, why would we not continue to connect using the mill race, go one more block further, and then we have Hannah connected all the way. That's all I will say.
It'd be Wilson, but then connect into Hannah, so you could have access from Hannah all the way to Linden, back to here.
As I read. and I
There's that
kept
house,
reading
you got
where it
a-
Says.
That's right.
removing
You got a
bridges.
whole house right
Now,
there.
you're
to
not
start.
talking about the bridges that you drive over, we're
Right
talking
there.
about those ones down that.
We better do one.
They'd be the ones that we could walk over right now.
Yeah.
Right.
not-
So kind of going back to my initial question. Then the actual river is going to expand and have to go on Rieger. Because if you go the other way, you're going into the, yes. So if we go 10 feet into Rieger, does that take out the drive?
No, it would take out the area between the river and the drive, it's all grass right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll lose some golf, we'll lose some frisbee golf holes.
So it's gonna be 10 feet wider right there.
Well, I don't know if it's 10, I have no idea.
5, it's just gonna be wider coming towards me.
Won't that be the east, won't that be the east branch, whatever we call that, Spring Arbor Concord, no, Spring Arbor.
So at,
Concord branch,
at Erie Street, it's both of them,
I get it.
so.
I
So-
agree.
Your contention is,
It's just a question, really, not I wasn't even advocating for it. I was simply wondering if we had considered that. Since we're gonna, so I don't understand the purpose of connecting Linden first. And if we were gonna connect Linden, I'm wondering, why are we not connecting Linden all the way to Albany?
So,
Wilson.
so I think that the connection of Linden to Allen Place, only reason you would do that is that you get rid of 2 dead ends. Which means the city can make it a priority for its care and host. Linden Avenues Road is in horrible shape, but because it's a dead end, it's not a priority. Ditto for Linden.
It's extremely narrow.
Yeah.
It's almost a 1-lane road right
Linden.
So, yeah.
And so by converting 2 dead end roads into 1 road, basically, then it's easier for its maintenance.
And we can widen Linden.
And we can widen Linden
Yeah,
to
that's,
become
so
a,
that's, to me, that's, we can widen Linden whether or not we connect it.
yes, absolutely.
Councilman Frost.
Thank you, Mayor. I've got a question about, being in investments we've already made, so the East Erie Street Bridge there, it's already been worked on extensively and repaired, and obviously 2 calls for taking that out. So what did we spend that money for?
Well, that was through grants and that was part of MDOT's bridge repairs. And so it wasn't, they didn't completely rebuild the bridge. What they did is they took the top layer off and then recoated the top layer. And so it's one of those things where they did it to get it done now in case you didn't choose option 1 or option 2.
Okay,
Theirs was completely outside of this project here.
okay, sure, well, I understood that, and I wasn't quite aware of the extent of all the repairs done right here. But I just wanted to make sure we were, kind of backing up on that particular project.
Yeah.
Spend on those.
If I could also add, we're not approving any spending of money, because this money, the money that will pay for this project will largely come from grants. And those are years down the road, given the current administration and its priorities. So all we're saying in this resolution is that if we get money and when we get money, this is how we're gonna do it. It does not address the connection to Allen Place. It does not address a possible connection to Wilson, because this young woman's house is in the way. And so I think that we're not making a decision about those individual details. I think what we're making a decision on is we want to widen Linden by getting rid of the mill race. And that mill race and the remeandering of the river will address some other issues of the river that are in Rieger Park and the houses that are right next to that confluence. We're not making a decision about intimate details of how the project will be manifested, except that we're deciding that we're gonna get rid of our mill rates.
Councilman Stewart.
And, I would offer that it's more complex than just Linden, in my mind. But it really is a question of, do we keep the mill rates or do we not, in my mind?
Right.
And so what I've heard from the people that I've asked to give opinions or have offered their to me is two things. One, they still don't understand, and which is not surprising because we don't all understand either. But the second is, why would we make everything go back to natural except the mill rates?
Mill rates isn't natural.
I get it, and that's what the point's being offered to me is like, why would we do all that and not do the mill rates? Why would we, you say we're going back to natural run and trying to get the fish from upstream, and why would we not do that? Yes.
No, in both options, we move the Henry Street Dam and the mill rates dam. So I mean, it would, even on the first option, take it back to natural, but we wouldn't be able to guarantee that any water would back stay in there.
Right.
The other thing too, keep in mind, there are some infrastructure issues that we have going across that mill race, particularly with Linden Avenue. About this time last year, beginning of last year, I came to the council about, we had a sanitary line that ran right across, right where the mill race dam is currently. It dumps down in, and there is a sanitary line main that goes through there. And we're gonna have to get it lined, or just once the mill race is gone, replace it completely, that goes to the main interceptor. But that was a $75,000 fix, I believe, just for those three houses, that maybe four. And so we do have some concerns of really bad infrastructure right in that area.
All right, any other questions on this item?
I have a question. So the area did the options that we are considering tonight. How is that going to impact residents? You know, in terms of if we choose option 2 now or later, attitude, then when will the residents be brought forward in terms of the impact to their homes or to their property?
So that's what we've been doing those town hall meetings about. And then also they've been meeting with, talking to some of the residents in the area. I know the assessing department's been looking at it along with our legal counsel and DNR, because it is going to change their properties, like the property lines per se. But though I don't have the information on those details, I know that Whiteman and the assessing department has been in contact with the residents, so.
Well, I did hear the question. Did hear the question. If the property lines are impacted for taxes, be impacted as well to the negative in terms of they will pay less tax than they do.
So I will say that in the projects that were described to us by the consulting company, when property is added because of a river shrinkage, the city or the municipality has every right to partner with those members and say, right, so because this is a floodplain, we're not gonna tax it as usable property because you can't use it. If there's a flood, you can't use it.
Right.
So it would not impact your taxes at all. So, and this project actually doesn't address upstream of the dam off of, Haven. This is all downstream of it.
Councilman Williams?
Yeah, thank you, very much. The pavilion, do we move it on both options? Just on option 2,
I believe we're also on option 2.
and we're also building a new one.
Yes. Our suggestion would be to, because it's so large, is to kind of basically split it in half. Put it half of it in Riga Park and then half maybe somewhere else in the city.
All right, moving on.
Right.
Next, we're gonna be asked to approve of the resolution to apply for a CDBG grant. That'll help offset expenses, correct?
Correct.
Do you want to expound?
They're in right there.
So this is for Beamer Street and, going into, Cooper, Nada, Dean. This is just the finalization that we're going to commit to doing this grant and going through with the complete rebuild of Beamer. All the way from Eaton to the dead end.
Any questions?
up by the one.
Yes.
Main one to the.
Yep.
From Eaton Street to down.
Oh, Chevrolet.
Yep.
And then around.
Yep, it'll blend into all the other construction that's going on next year for State, Dean, Oakland. So,
Any questions? Next, we're gonna be asked to approve expenses for the North Marion Street sanitary sewer.
so I have all of the, bids in. Cooperate, but, basically what I want to state, it's came to $461,232.44 to rebuild the entire sanitary line and put all the houses up. Lines going up to the sidewalks. Quality Excavating is the excavators are on the job currently for the water main. They're about $9,500 more expensive than Concord Excavating. In talking with both Concord and Quality, we'd like to keep Quality on there because should there be any issues, which we don't anticipate there will be, but if there were any issues at all, there may be, but we want to make sure that Quality is the one that did all of the work, whether it's sanitary and water main. They did everything. So that way we know we have one place to call, which is Quality, to come fix any issues with water, sewer, storm sewer, anything like that. While we're in there, I'm asking for a total of 500,000. I'm gonna have about 30,000-ish, maybe less, in storm sewer repairs too. We believe that the manhole structures are okay, we can save those, just rehabilitate them. But while we're there, if it has clay pipe, we're just gonna replace everything while we're there. Some might be okay, but we don't know until we actually dig it up and actually see how bad it is. So that's why I'm asking for the extra $30,000-ish in kind of contingencies in case I do have to get into the storm system.
Any questions on this item? Given the time, I will stop right there and allow for public comment. We can take it back later, if you can, we can address the council, you may be filled on this time. This, do I have a motion to adjourn? Or, all in favor, say aye. Study session adjourned, 6:54 p.m. Rebecca, that's all.